YouTubers, Electric Adventures here with a very special homebrew pickup video. I actually have two homebrew titles here, published by the same place, so I've got them both at the same time. One I've been looking forward to for quite some time, so I've left them in the bubble wrap so that you get the fresh opening experience. Now the first one is a game, one of my absolute favourite games on the Commodore 64. Very impressed with the the scrolling techniques and the type of game being a shoot 'em up, and never thought it could ever be a version of that could be made for my favourite MSX computers. But a homebrew publisher, they're called Trilobite, have made Uridium for the MSX. And MSX is known for jerky scrolling because of the way the video memory works. You can smooth scroll, but you've got to be very, very good with your timings. Just showing you some screenshots on the back. And so this started off as a smooth scrolling demo, and then I think somebody suggested, well, you could make Uridium with this, and then from then on sprung the idea of making the game. So it's been in development for quite some time. But what should I say, the very professionally published, so very nice case. I'll open him up. Okay, and inside, you can see it fresh there, so we've got a little addendum and a manual. We'll just take that out separately for the moment. Okay, yeah, it's to tell you about the different modes. A personal message from Eric B5G. So this cartridge is dedicated to Tony Cruz. Have fun. Excellent. Very nice. And yeah, so they've got a little addendum here. It's basically talking about, like, if you want an SCC sound, which is the sound chip that Konami built into some of their cartridges, you just need to insert another cartridge with SCC sound in the slot 2. I don't have a turbo R, so that's not going to apply. And then enhanced entities allow 3 options instead of 2 using, yeah, okay, so you interlace sprites. So there's lots of different options in the game. So this is a little poster, and on the other side, comic. It comes with it, and there's the cartridge. So they're using these Electronic Arts cases, which are not a bad idea. MSX cartridges fit with a little bit of looseness, so they do the job. Maybe a foam insert thing. Sorry, I'm looking at things for doing my own MSX titles at some stage. But the cartridge has a really cool label on it. And so MSX cartridges, for those who are not familiar, they've got basically you can't insert them the wrong way, which is always good. They're very well designed, and they can hold a lot. I'm not 100% sure how big this cartridge ended up being. I don't think it's huge by any stage of the imagination. It doesn't actually say. I'll look that up and I'll flash that up on the video. I think it might have ended up being a 64K cartridge or something like that. So it didn't need any any huge mapper or anything like that. Some of the other cartridges of some of the bigger MSX games, like 2 megabit cartridges, just like the Master System. And the other game that they published at the same time, so obviously not as long a time in development, but still interesting nonetheless. And this one was done by Magoo, and it's Jawbreaker. Specifically Jawbreaker II. Now the graphics look like they're modelled on the Commodore 64 version. So it's a Pac-Man-like game. So they've done anything. So so they've adapted it from the TI-99 4A version, which I haven't played, which itself is probably adapted from the Commodore 64 game. So inside we have same sort of case and really good quality cartridge and label, and yeah, this is a great way of doing it. So these cases are perfect for doing MSX titles because it's much simpler to do an overlay Obviously you don't have to worry about boxes getting crushed in shipping, and it comes together really well. So I'm looking forward to more releases from these guys, and they are working on more titles. Yeah, so, and it is actually labelled Jawbreaker 2, by the way, just to clarify. Yeah. Alright, well, the best way to have a look at these games is to go and do some gameplay, so let's go do that now. Alright, so here we go with Uridium. I currently have it in SSE mode, so I have a I've got Gradius 2 plugged into the second cartridge slot. So we are currently listening to the enhanced SSE music. But what I'll do is I'll turn that off and show you the difference later. Well, you might as well have a go at it with this. So let's just get straight into the game. I mean, you do have a number of settings here. I do find the menu settings a little sensitive using this arcade stick. So VDP type is for selecting if you have a Toshiba knockoff VDP rather than a standard MSX one. Enhanced enemies adds more sprites layered on top of each other so they're more colourful, but we'll do a bit of flickering. We'll leave that off for the moment. We'll just leave it all pretty much the same thing. SSE on and off, it's currently on. We can adjust volumes, so you can adjust the volume from the SSE versus the volume from the onboard sound chip. Sound effects volume, the music, it's really, this bit is, you can play different themes, like so. So this is the intro theme. And we've got the blue theme. And the red theme. And the green theme. And ending theme. Okay, now you can go and test the SFX sound effects and God mode, which allows you to just play the game without getting killed. So we'll leave it all like that and we'll get straight into a game. So it gives you a reasonably generous 7 ships. Alright, so as you can see, it's scrolling fairly smoothly. And the enemies have got are using 2 sprite layers. Now the idea with Uridium, you have to do enough damage to the ship and stay alive. Different parts of the ship, and you've got to watch out for bits like that that are sticking up. And as you can see, they do shoot at you. I'm not finding it as difficult as I remember as Uridium being. Now that's the final landing platform on the end, and you can still keep on damaging the ship like I was doing. You just, once you've got a certain amount of damage, you can land, and then you've defeated that particular ship. So you get a different theme, different colour. As I said, I'm not really familiar with, so we can keep on damaging the ship here. We've already got enough damage, so it doesn't seem to take much damage to the ship. You just got to be, as I said, I'm unfamiliar with the layout, so I'm not sure what's sticking up and what's not. You do get a bit, ooh, that's close. You do get a bit of flicker occasionally, of course, because we are using multiple sprite layers. I suppose you want to do that. Ow! That got me. That's a hard place to put landing. So I take it we've got to start this level again. There we go, already done enough damage. So we'll just go through here and try and stay alive this time. No! I got shot again. Oh well. So this is quite literally my first game off the first level. Oops, ow! Just some solid object now. I do like the music, and it's definitely worthwhile playing it in SCC mode. Oh dear, now I'm going downhill fast. Let's see if we can just try and go through safely. Dodge this time. Okay, we're going off to the edge. There are lots of different enemy different enemy patterns. So we go over and destroy the ship. Now this is using an interesting mode, sort of like a mode where you can repeat the same, because the screen is divided up into 3 tile sets normally. So I believe where you can repeat 2 of the tile sets in 2 of the zones, so you're only having to change 1 tile set rather than, which reduces the amount of information. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the level layout at all. And how they're getting such smooth scrolling. So I'm not really sure what's sticky up and what's not. As you can see by me running into there. So I said we get a new theme for each one. There we go. Well, I got to the 3rd level, so that's not bad considering that's my first game. So I think there might be 6 ships, so it might take me a little while to get through that. I'm not 100% sure of that. I won't know until I play it a little more. Alright, well, what we'll do now though is we'll come in. Sorry, as I said, it's a little sensitive for music. Okay, so now this is normal MSX music. So so this is the intro theme. Go with the blue theme, just so you can hear the difference. So you know, there's nothing wrong with normal MSX music, just that SCC music is better because you've got all those extra channels and waveforms. Nothing wrong with it at all. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just start into the game just so you can see the difference in game mode. So as you can see, you still get music and sound effects when playing. So it's you know, basically using the SSC chip to add your extra waveforms, shapes, and extra channels. And yeah, it plays quite well, and a good fun game. Load. I'm not sure you can escape out of the game. No. But as you can see, it's great to have such a game that was such you know, a favourite of mine for the Commodore 64 on my beloved MSX. Now I'm playing this on my Philips MSX2, which is an NMS 8250. I will fire up next my Spectre Video Express, which is an MSX1, just to show you that it works on an MSX1. So let's switch to that now. Right, so here we have Uridium, but playing on my Spectre Video Express, which is an MSX1. So you, now we're, you know, still nothing wrong with the sound. It's a little, the sound chip in the Spectre Video Express does seem a little bit harsher, and of course we're only mono. That's the advantage of using the Philips NMS 8250, is I get stereo output. them only use your keys. Been too lazy to plug a joystick in. Keys is very sensitive, but there's nothing wrong with the sound. Yeah, I think I really need to plug a joystick in. But anyway, that was only really a quick test, just to show you it working, smooth scrolling on an MSX1 machine. So, alright, let's try out Jawbreaker 2. Here we go with Jawbreaker 2. Now, I haven't even watched a video of this one, so this is a complete surprise. So actually, even that flashing colour on the Jawbreaker 2 up there is actually quite impressive. So, there's a bit of a labour of love for one of the MSX fellows, so... are we easy or hard at the moment? That's the... Oh, I see, yeah, easy, hard. We better start on easy. I've never played this before. Up-down mode. Okay. So, you don't need a fire button. Okay, so it's like Pac-Man, you need to get all the dots. You can change levels through the gates. And then you can get one of the flashing ones. That was close. And that gives you invincibility for a little period of time. There's a particular technique that I missed out on the candy. Okay, and then when you get them all, you brush your teeth and you go on to the next stage. The music's quite well done. Obviously particular techniques I need to work out on this. I'm wasting. Uh-oh. Can I do that? Yeah, there we go. So easy is pretty easy. I do love the music, it's quite nice. And the game's very colourful and there's pretty much no sign of flicker so far. Uridium? No. Ooh. Oh, jelly bean. There we go. Well, easy's pretty easy. Oops, oh, there we go. So your teeth fall out when you die. I was getting a bit too confident and cocky there, wasn't I? Uh-oh. Ow, ow, ow. Ah! Yeah, okay, it's getting a little harder now. Oh, missed the kneecap. When they're stunned. Oh, I should have got that ice cream first, but anyway. Oh, not thinking. Oh, game over. That's very good. So Homebrew did the code, music by Tony Calero. Sorry if I just messed your name up. So easy, hard, run hard. Down mode. Oh, up, down. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll try hard. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely moving faster at the moment. finish your level. Oh, this is, you know, a simple but decent little game. Yes, it's trickier than you think. Alright, we might leave it at that, but an excellent couple of homebrew games. It shows the, you know, the quality that some of the MSX homebrew are putting into some of these games. They were worth picking up and supporting them. And I mean, you saw the quality of their packaging and the great job they did with those. I believe both these games are still available for ordering. They just don't. They have limited editions, and then they have other ones done in batches, I believe. I stand corrected if they're not. Some of them are not still available, but I'm sure if you contact the authors, I'll put links down below. They'll gladly sell some more copies. Alright, hope you've enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed these new titles. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.